The next contest, set for one fall, and is sanctioned by the National Wrestling Alliance. And introducing first, from Tehran, Iran, weighing 13 stone, Akbar.
When you speak of my name, you disgust me, you American pig! I am your prince, Allah Singh Akbar! I hail from Tehran, Iran! And I am a very slim 13 stones. You shut up! Your brains can't even win their opener season!
Apparently Akbar is a Braves fan.
Last time I was here... Shut up! I am talking! Silence! I kill you all! I am your Arabic dragon! I am your savior! And you will love me!
And his opponent, from Atlanta, Georgia, weighing 248 pounds, please welcome back, Eddie Anderson!
Andy Anderson making his return match here tonight, facing Prince Alizane Akbar. No stranger to each other, these two fellas here in the ring. I'll tell you what, former associate, I guess is the best way to put it, is Akbar to Andy Anderson. But Andy Anderson is a man, means business here this evening. He's come back. He's joined the War Games team with Fry Daddy, Marvelous, Marco, Bill the Butcher, and Payne. And be very interested to see how that's going to go here at this point. And Andy Anderson is in incredible shape for a man coming off injury here in a triceps injury. A lot of times you see something like that, they tell you to stay away from that. But he's figured out some kind of way to keep in shape during this matchup here, or during his time off. Had a tricep injury he revealed to us during the Ripped Up Fitness post-game show here 3 weeks ago, excuse me. And looks to be in excellent shape here this evening and ready to go for War Games.
Absolutely. I think he used Ripped Up Fitness a lot in his rehabilitation there. So that's where he got that.
That's true. I hate to take a line from Michael Cole, but vintage Prince Alizane Akbar distracting the referee, doing all he can to postpone the match starting. I'll tell you what, his mouth writes checks. His rear end cannot cash quite often. So I have to see what happens here.
I mean, it's big enough you'd think.
Let's see, Akbar here. Let's see, the referee's pulled something. He's pulled some brass knuckles out of the elbow pad of Prince Alizane Akbar here. Let's see, he's been able to check all the pads here and asking for the bell. And Andy Anderson versus Akbar. Akbar doing a crab here now, trying to show the biceps. Let's see what Andy has for him. All right, Akbar says he doesn't want any of that.
So, Vince, this is a unique match because both of them haven't been here in a while. Akbar, as everybody, last time he was here, got booted.
That's
when
true.
AJ Steele beat the Barbarian.
Yes, that's true. You're right there. He put all of his
Bash of the Bridge.
Yes, at Bash of the Bridge. He decided to hitch his wagon to the Barbarian and ended up getting banished from NWA Atlanta. But he's probably used an alias to usurp our open door policy, and has made his way back into NWA Atlanta here. Man of many passports is what he's called himself, and so we'll have to see here what he comes up with here with Andy Anderson. There was a tall order here. Andy Anderson trying to work off a little bit of that ring rust here before the War Games match, and I have to see how he does here. Scoop slam here coming, huge slam. I tell you what, wow, hook of the leg, 2 count there from referee, and Andy is stalking Akbar. Akbar banging off in the corner. Referee trying to keep Andy out of the corner here. Akbar complaining of him grabbing the tights. Referee said he has not seen Andy Anderson grab the tights, regardless of what Akbar says. Akbar was sporting the camel here on his tights. Very stereotypical of the Iraqi or Iranian, I guess, here. But, he's going for something like that. So we'll have to see here. Another collar and elbow tie-up coming up here. Andy Anderson to a side standing headlock.
So is that like if I had a cracker on my wrestling tights, that's stereotypical?
A cracker?
Yeah,
maybe,
cracker.
I guess. You might be right there. I don't know. If you had a cracker on your tights, I don't know if it would be able to see that it was actually a cracker. It's probably just like a square. Or if you went Ritz, you'd have to have a round cracker.
Ooh,
I don't know that you might have there. Akbar getting his foot to the rope.
Hey, you're making me hungry.
Anderson back up to a vertical base here. Akbar, let's see what he's got to complain about now. All right. I think that means something different in Iran. I hope so anyway.
Being polite to the children.
Knee to the stomach there. Clubbing blow to the upper shoulders of Andy Anderson. Andy Anderson's on the mat for the first time in this matchup here at Akbar. Akbar going for the camel clutch. If he can get Andy Anderson's arms hooked around those big legs. Anderson going by himself, trying to hook that right leg of Akbar, trying to get him to break the hole. Akbar going both fingers in the nose of Andy Anderson. You can hear him screaming there. Another shot right to the face. Anderson also hit with some type of a foreign object at the December show here. We had the Trevor Alexander Memorial Show. That caused him to get knocked out and lose the title, the NWA Georgia title, to Tyson Dean. Right. Akbar with a huge move there, going for the cover, not hooking the leg. Anderson gets his shoulder up after 2.
And it's weird because it seems like all the footage have been mysteriously disappeared from to actually show the evidence on there. I know we have a video on our YouTube page of it, but
didn't have anything real close up. We did have a gentleman that was there that was filming at ringside, but we have not seen anything from that guy since December. So I'm not really sure what was going on with that.
I know
why he was even there. But he we've not seen any footage from ringside there, and I know he had some shots.
I smell conspiracy, man.
I believe so too. I think that they knew something was going to happen. Maybe Kilgore paid him off or something like that. Short arm clothesline there from Akbar. And Andy Anderson is down on the mat. All right. What?
Is he going to do the Iraqi elbow?
No. He's going to do the, this is the most running I've ever seen Akbar do. Elbow drop right to the chest of Anderson, and this might be all, folks. Akbar with the cover. Anderson right after 2 count here, getting his elbow up. Getting his shoulder off the mat there, and Anderson is hurting. Crowd chanting, Andy, Andy here. Let's see if Andy can get back up here. Andy to a vertical base there. Akbar couldn't tell what he was doing here because, honestly, that whole side of the ring was blocked by Akbar. But the referee saw it, was able to get it. Akbar with a splash in the corner. Measuring Andy Anderson up for another move here. Going in full head of steam. Andy Anderson, huge spine buster there. Man, wow. I tell you what. He looks like Andy might have hurt his ribs on that spine buster. Might have pulled a muscle there, an abdominal muscle possibly. I think we all know how his spine didn't come out of his back, lifting Akbar up off the ground.
Absolutely.
This is one huge man. Do not let the size of this man fool you. He is a dangerous competitor in the ring, that is for sure.
Well, this worries me. Is Andy ready for 2 weeks?
You got to wonder. You know, you got 5 men on 5 men here. Huge atomic drop there. Andy Anderson with the head of steam. Leg drop there, almost a modified bulldog there from Anderson. Anderson's ready to go here, shaking the ropes. Ready to go here. He's measuring Akbar. Let's see what we got here. Oh my gosh. He's going to get him up with a torture rack.
Oh my
with
God.
one arm.
Wow.
That's the sore tricep there, but Akbar looked like he might have raked the face of Anderson here. Going for another torture rack here a second time. Let's see what he got. Got that hooked in.
Got it.
Akbar says no right now. Anderson going in. Oh, referee's ringing for the bell.
Wow.
We got a submission victory.
You know, Vance, just when we thought he was down and out, Andy makes a good comeback. He may be ready for War Games.
He may be, that's right. You saw him grab those ribs after that spine buster, so we'll have to see. There's question marks surrounding Andy Anderson.
Absolutely.
Going into this matchup here, and he does have some solid partners on his side. We'll have to see what happens leading into War Games here. I'm very interested to see what happens out of this matchup. Very excited about War Games here.
Absolutely.
Andy Anderson victorious here in his first matchup since tricep injury in our December show, the Trevor Alexander Memorial Show in December. Almost a full 5 months off for Andy Anderson. A little bit rusty, but still nonetheless solid here in his victory against Prince Alizing Akbar. You know he's going to be training as hard as he can to make sure he's in tip-top shape, in ring shape, wrestling shape for this matchup here. He wants to get his hands on Tyson Dean and especially Kurt Kilgore very badly. He wants that gold back around his waist.
Absolutely.
And this is going to be the first step, is getting his hands on those guys at War Games. I've been interested to see what happens here in that matchup. Andy Anderson victorious here in his return matchup. We'll come back here after the intermission.